Still sounds muted, very far away.
That's the speaker volume,
It's one for us to hear, yeah.
What is she saying here?
I can hear that.
She says she can hear it now, Rob.
Not really, no. Still sounds muted, very far. I can hear. Can you hear us now? Vinny?
Yep.
Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yep. Finally.
Okay.
Fixed it.
Thank you. What did you do?
I pressed the plus button.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your patience. We will resume the meeting here. We've already called out the warning for the first hearing, case number Z25-10-01. Take it away, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Hi, do you have any new information to present on the case?
What we gave you, so Vinny came to visit us on Wednesday, and he asked us to supply some information for you guys. What you have there is a copy of the septic system for the house that we pour our septic into,
Okay.
which is Zach's parents' house, which is the neighboring lot. It's a...
Okay. And then that's what this is? This is also regarding that?
Yep, it's a slightly bigger septic tank than what is in your files. It can hold up to a 4-bedroom instead of a 3-bedroom.
Mm.
We only have the front page of that letter. Can you tell us what's on the back?
There's nothing on the back.
Nothing on the back.
It's cut off at the bottom. I think that's what
It's
she
cut off, it says based upon, and then nothing.
Oh, I don't have the back side. I'm not sure if that goes... Oh, it's right here. Okay.
Let me make some more copies.
Yeah. It just has to do with the pricing of when they purchased the septic.
We need to have it on the record.
Yep, I'll get some more copies. Hold on one second.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that there was multiple pages there.
Okay, so this establishes that the septic of the household is sufficient for the additional people dwelling there?
Yeah.
This is not theirs, though.
It's the septic for the house upon which the camper is located next to.
But, okay, but it's not a, there's no leach field, right?
There is.
There is. Oh, it's not
Yes.
written in here. It talks about the 2 different tanks.
Is that the Enviro septic pipe, sand, and installation? No.
Yes.
Oh, no, they say leach field. That would be part of that. If that's,
Well, you gotta have a leach
the
field.
pipes would go through.
I got copies for you.
What's his name supposed to go out?
He did.
Benny.
Yes.
He's on.
He did. He
Oh,
took a look at our camper. He saw that our camper is hooked up to its own breaker. It's not hooked up to a 10 volt.
At 110, that's hooked into its own 30 amp outlet and on its own breaker.
You got 2. Sure.
And Vinny took pictures of all of that, and he saw the property that we are, where we dispose of the septic and everything.
Vinny, the inspector, is online, so if you'd like to, we can recognize him for a little discussion.
Okay. Before we do that, do you have anything else to report that's new?
No, we just, the last thing that we talked about was Vinny coming out to look, so I guess it's
Okay.
to him.
All right. Vinny, would you like to give your report on what you observed?
Yeah. What I observed, going by minimum housing standards, which is your means of egress, standard safety issues, it's okay. The thing is, it's still an RV is still considered a vehicle. It's not a dwelling. So I met with Phil, the chief of fire, and he and I agree that it's not ideal for permanent use, but it is seasonal, and it's a camper, it's not supposed to be in year round. But having said that, the certain specific things that I look for, like they already said, is the power is its own source, so I'm not concerned about any fire with that. Um, the septic is being taken care of. Um, and the I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of static now, like somebody's letting air out of a tire.
Well, you're coming in loud and clear here.
um, and geez. I had another thought and it disappeared. I apologize.
Can I ask him about the septic?
Yeah, please do.
Can I ask you a question about the, you said the septic was all right. What did
Yeah.
you see for the septic? Are you aware we
Um,
got this mailing saying that he has 2 tanks? Or actually, it doesn't say that he does, but this is from 1999. And I think it's a neighbor. Is that a neighbor who did this?
It's his parents,
It's your parents' house.
yes. So where the camper's located, it's on 994, US Route 4A,
Yeah,
Ben and Hazel.
right.
And directly next door is Chris and Rick Bousquet, which is his parents. So we're using their septic, we go shower over there, we're plugged in over there, all of that. Our camper is just next to his grandparents' shed, basically.
So, like, so you're next, are you on his lot, on his parents' lot?
No, his grandparents.
His grandparents? And is this their septic system?
No, it's his parents' septic system.
Okay. And so your septic is going from your grandparents to your parents?
Yes.
Yes,
Crossing the lot line?
yes.
How does that work?
We walk.
Betty?
Is that legal,
Yeah,
Rob?
so I think this was something that they covered a little bit at the last meeting when you weren't here. So they have their portable tanks for their septic with their RV, and then they take the gray water or the black water
Yeah.
and take it over to the septic system at the other house. Is that
Dump it.
correct? And dump and dispose of it that way. And that apparently is acceptable to both the grandparents and the parents, is what it had
And
been
what
presented
about
last
the-
time.
What about the inspector? Did you hear that?
Yep. Yeah, I'm
So-
all right with that as well, knowing the systems can handle the additional load.
Okay, so you're all right with the septic?
Yes.
Okay.
What are we gonna do about this?
What do you think we should do with it?
I think 2 years is a long time to live in an RV.
I agree.
I guess it's up to me to bring this up. I don't know, is it all right to bring it up?
I think it's appropriate.
Okay. We have a handwritten letter dated October 22nd to the zoning board concerning the trailer on Holbeck's property. Shall I read it to get it on the record?
I think it needs to be introduced as evidence. Yep, so yes, please.
It's okay, Rob? All right. Number one, the 2 adults have full-time jobs, make great money, working at the same job for at least 2 years. Everyone has hardships. 2, plus they receive extra money for child's father that passed. 3 incomes in household. And starred, number 3.
Well, let's skip the star because that's not relevant. That's about other situations
Okay,
in the
so
town.
so that's what it says. And it's signed a concerned Enfield citizen. And there's another paragraph here that has to do with zoning regulations. That isn't appropriate with this case, I think.
Not germane.
Yeah, it's not germane.
It's about other situations in Enfield.
Yeah,
I will say, as your administrator, I have serious reservations about anything anonymous.
Yeah.
Anybody with an
Agreed.
I
axe to
do
grind.
too, but since it was brought to us, it has to be on the record. I have concerns that they already lived there for more than a year, and they're just coming to us to ask for a second year.
Well, it's because,
Because of the regulation that says you can live in an RV for 3 weeks. I got a problem with 2 years.
do you have a question for the applicant?
I understand that there are places available. You found one for $134,000 and.
Not everyone's available to buy a property, drop of a dime. We don't have the funds to be able to purchase a property. We can't buy right now, it's not an option for us.
Or when it comes down to
that
requiring
happens
credit
with a
score
lot of
700 points, not everyone has it, especially at our age.
No, and we've been trying, I can show you all of the emails of rejection letters from the multiple apartments that we've applied in the last year. Do you want to see them?
No, I just think that, I was at that planning board meeting Saturday, and I think that the purpose of zoning regulations is for people to be informed about what's going on in the community and that we need them. And I think that a 30-foot RV in the winter for 4 people can be very difficult, and I
You have a question for the
concerns about
applicant?
it. No, I don't have a question about it because I've been out there, I've driven by.
Okay.
I have not spoken to them. I have driven by. I always do that.
Okay.
And I
we
have
just
looked
focus
at
on the
it, and
applicant?
so I have concerns, and that's the end of what I have to say.
So I wonder, it sounds like we're having perhaps a different perception of the situation with a month of time gone by between meetings, and that we're not as willing to grant a full year. And I wonder if either you or anyone on the board would be interested in talking about something that would allow you to remain in place for a time while you continue to build savings, continue to look for places, but doesn't cause you to vacate immediately, that wouldn't extend all the way to the end of the year, which was originally requested. You have done due diligence as far as establishing that you've made your home safe. We respect and we very much appreciated all the personal things you shared last time about your family situation. Independent of what this letter from this anonymous person says, you guys are in a tough spot. And I think that we're in a position to help with that, but with limitations.
I agree
changed in your
with
timeline since
what
last?
you're saying, but I also know a lot of people are in the same
All
situation.
rated.
One is
Same
my
area.
brother. And my big concern is everybody will be getting a camper and camping.
And one of the things we talked about last month was, will this potentially set a precedent?
It can.
And there's no way to know. We can only consider the facts and the applicant in front of us.
Well, we are.
Kyle, you had a question for the applicant?
I was just asking if anything had changed in terms of their timeline, if there's been any progress since last meeting. They shared no. I think if we're starting to share kind of opinions on it,
Well, I mean, we should
yeah.
save the discussion for when we have a motion, I think.
Is it
I think are we
a
at that point?
variance or a special exception?
It's a variance.
You can take
Well,
more
you
public.
have to have- Hardship is
That's a
not
good
the
point.
money.
Yeah, is there any comment from the public at large?
Fire chief was here. Oh, there's somebody right there.
Jason Carter, Abbey Road. I guess my only comment would be, from a logistics point of view, as Susan's concerned. I've actually lived in the area. Currently, I'm in a residence, but I've been in a temporary housing situation, and it is a pain in the butt in the winter, but very doable. And like, if you got to do it, like, it's not something that's a danger or anything. It's a pain. So from a safety point of view, I wouldn't be concerned about it.
Okay, thank you. That's anybody on Teams, but it's our secretary and inspector, so I think we're good there. Okay. Does anyone want to make a motion? Second.
So I make a motion to grant their variance for a period of 6 months.
Is that what you would like to do?
That's what I'd like to do.
Can you state it formally?
Did it sound like a question?
A little.
I move to grant their variance, but with the caveat of it being 6 months rather than to the end of the calendar year 26.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kyle. Okay.
You gotta have a second.
Kyle seconded.
Okay.
I don't know, I wasn't here last. I just have
Give me
a
a
question
question.
on the hardship.
Yeah.
Money, having no money is not a hardship. Having no place to live, it is for them, but it's not.
Right, yeah, it's not one of the things
according to
considered
zoning.
by the zoning ordinance.
It's not, it has nothing to do with the situation they're in. It's
Yeah,
just,
I mean, do you want
Did you,
to talk about the criteria right away?
yeah, oh yeah, if you're gonna make a motion, let's go, cause that might,
All right, do we believe that this is contrary to the public interest if we were to grant this variance? What do you think, Susan?
yeah.
I think the public would be harmed?
Yes and no, because of the regulation and other people possibly doing this and getting in dangerous situations and costing the town money. I think there are two ways
Sort of
to
a
look at it.
slippery slope sort of argument?
Well, and the other thing I'm looking at is they've been there for a year, and this is the first they've come to us.
All right, I know, but we're sticking to the,
Yeah,
The public
To go for the first question though, if they've already been living there for a year before anyone noticed, I don't think it creates public harm.
okay.
You
If it's
don't
already
know
been a
that.
year.
You haven't heard from the neighbors or anything.
But didn't raise to the concern of them reporting it to the town though.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wrote the letter complained, but.
We're talking on the bigger picture, I think. I understand what everybody's saying about, the public interest, but if this sets precedents, that means people could do this, and then they might be right next to somebody else, and they're next to their relatives, but those people might, and they're gonna be living in it all the time, those people might not
Yeah,
like that, so, that's, to me, it's a,
right, but I mean, they'd have to come before the board if they wanted a variance.
you told me they want a variance.
No, I'm saying
It's
other
other
people.
Oh, yeah, well,
Could we amend the motion to say that if you want 6 months, that's fine, but say that they've come back in 3 months and report what progress they've made? Can we amend a motion to do
I
that?
don't know that that's any of our business.
I agree.
That feels overly invasive into their personal lives, and I don't know that the town zoning board
Well-
should have that sort of information.
The zoning regulations say 3 weeks, and this is the second year.
I understand
And I
that,
find that that's a lot.
and I don't disagree with that, but that's why they're seeking a variance. You know, we're not hoping that everyone continues to live in an RV on a permanent basis. That's not what my motion is about. It's to take this particular family and their situation and their request for a variance and come up with a way that respects the town and respects the zoning ordinances.
That's why I
And
said
understanding.
maybe they need, if he wants, maybe they need to come back in the middle and say, yeah, we made progress.
But so if they were to do that and they didn't make progress, we've already granted the variance.
it doesn't meet the criteria, though, of the 5 things. Did you go over the 5?
I'm fine. Okay, so I think we agree that, that their situation does not threaten anyone's health, except perhaps their own, but that's being addressed. And safety and welfare is not a question. All right, so the second one is spirit of the ordinance, right? What was the spirit of the ordinance when it was made into law for 3 weeks? Was it for safety? If it was for safety, then why would it be different for people without a primary residence on the same property?
I think that there are, and they have tried to address the things that can be dangerous for living in an RV.
Mm-hmm.
One is septic, that kind of safety, pollution.
Yeah.
There's heat in the winter.
Yeah. Well, what do you think the spirit of the ordinance was? Jessica, do you have any idea what the original spirit was?
Yeah, it's,
I know what we talked about last week was whether it was population density, so not trying to increase density to Enfield and keep Enfield rural, and I think some of it was also potentially cosmetic, right? But a lot of people have non-lived-in RVs on their property, so I think either of those things aren't applicable in this situation because they're not seeking permanent residence, they're actively trying to move beyond this. Just have not been successful yet.
And we did clarify last time too, that regardless if they are residing in the camper or not, the camper is gonna be in that same location.
Sure.
If it's a
I
cosmetic.
have a question for you. When did the variance, or
The
that,
zoning ordinance?
yeah, that, for the 3 weeks, when was that put in place? What year?
1990, 91, right in there.
I didn't hear you.
When was the,
I heard her, I couldn't hear him.
1990?
1990.
So campers were probably built very differently then? That could be part of it?
yeah, I think changed in 30 years.
It wasn't mentioned Saturday,
too
was
sticky
it?
with what can I say?
Oh, yeah. What campus, what the adoption of the ordinance
All
was.
right, it is, right.
So,
Okay. Substantial justice is done. I think this one is pretty clear. I think the harm to their family is outweighed significantly, and the harm that would be caused is outweighed by any gain that would be done by not granting this variance. Are we all in concurrence with that? Okay. Loss to property values. I mean, it's a temporary thing. Property values are a longer time scale. Wouldn't you agree?
I think loss of property values starts if it becomes a bigger issue, right? But I think that there, again, we're keeping the idea to the facts of this case, and we can't know what the future will hold, and we don't know that will decrease property values. So I kind of feel yes, no, like you did on the first thing.
Yeah,
it could be if they stayed. It could, if it's, I agree with you, the limit, instead of going a whole
Can you
year,
ask him?
another year.
He's back. The fire chief.
What do you want to ask him?
Well, I just wanted to ask him what he thought about safety.
Okay. Phil, do you want to make a statement about safety in regards to this case? Fire safety?
Not about this case, I'm gonna make the statement in general. This is a camper, and if you look up the Merriam-Webster definition of an RV, it is very explicit that it's a temporary. It's not intended for full-time camping. And with what they're speaking to as far as electrical and septic is no different than what any campground is required to have. So it's not an exceptional or an exception to what would be needed for any camper. But I just think that the board should look at the definition and understand completely that it is a recreational vehicle for a temporary period of time.
Thank you.
Okay, and then the last of the 5 criteria, which may be another difficult one, enforcement of the ordinance would cause hardship. This has 2 parts to it. One is the primary goal of the ordinance will not be substantially achieved by enforcement of the ordinance. But if the primary goal of the ordinance is to prevent people from living in campers, then clearly that where enforcement would be important.
That I don't understand that. The,
And then the B part is this proposed use is reasonable. I mean, if they've been doing it for a year, it's probably reasonable that they could continue. But the part A is very difficult.
too bad we can't make it a special exception. That's what it is. Do you hear what I said, Rob? Make it a special exception. What's the zoning?
This is a variance, because, yeah, it's not something that can be accepted. Does anybody have any
Well,
opinions on this
there was
point?
something that, if we grant a variance, it goes with the land.
For 6
And
months?
even when they leave, there's still permission there on the land for somebody to live in an RV.
For 6 months.
And safety is forever a question. So maybe Seeley's right, maybe a special exception with a limit on it is what we should be doing instead of a variance. Rob's shaking his head no.
But didn't we discuss this last time that we could have a depth or a expiration date on the variance?
Yeah, and that's with
Yeah.
the 6 months that's
Yeah.
on the motion.
So special exception is something that's already built in, baked into the ordinance,
Yeah,
that there's specific uses that you can call up for a special exception. Camper use is not a special exception option for us.
It has to be a
It
variance.
has to be a variance in this
And
case.
it goes with the land.
Correct.
And by time limiting it, even if the families, these two families that have lived side by side since the 70s, is that what you said last time?
The second house was built in 99.
99, okay, excuse me. That for 30 years they've lived in the same spot. Even if they decided next year to sell, we would still be dealing with someone who potentially was only living in an RV on that property as the new owners for 6 months.
Forever. It goes with the land.
I have not heard anything out of the criteria for the variance that makes me want to change my motion.
okay. Unless somebody else has something to say, I think it's time to vote. All in favor of granting this family another 6 months from today? Was that what you said? 6 months from today in their camper, at which point they will be required to move. Say aye.
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 No,
Thank you.
Opposed?
nay. Don't take it personally.
I'm sorry, but
It's
I think
the-
it has to be.
Criteria.
3-2.
Like,
You have your variance.
that's the way I am. I can't help
No,
it.
it's fair. You should vote your conscience.
I like the motion. I mean, but I can't vote for the variance because of what, how it reads.
So May,
You got it anyway.
Good luck.
see you guys.
Do you understand what I'm doing? Why?
I do, I
Okay.
do.
That's it was good to put a thing on it, because I was going another year, like, then we're walking into trouble.
Yeah.
Want me to read the next one?
Yes.
This is that it goes.
Our
with
next
the land.
case, land use case Z 25-11-01, Indian River Realty LLC via Jennifer Barton. It's applied for a special exception to the Enfield zoning ordinance per section 403.6 to allow for residential use on the ground floor within 600 feet from US Route 4. Subject properties at 571 US Route 4, tax map 15, lot 18, and is 2.01 acres in size. It's located within the Route 4 zoning district and is owned by Indian River Realty LLC. And this is Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello, Jennifer. Okay, would you like to make a general statement about your case to the board?
Well, you all have the packet information in front of you. So basically, we're taking, this building was rented by Lincare. It was built as a house. And then there's tenants there, it was before my time. Anyways, and then Lincare's rented it for quite a few years. They're downsizing. So we'd like to change the house into 2 apartments, which would be 1 bedroom on the bottom floor, 2 bedrooms on the top floor. And then Lincare is still going to be renting the garage. Half the garage would be storage, the other half would be an office space. And I think you have in the packet my wonderful drawings, floor layouts.
Yeah, we got the point across.
Just to familiarize all of you guys, in case you're not familiar, this is Route 4. This lot right here is now our new location of our public safety, brand new complex. This is the granite cutting, Shaker Hill Granite. This is their lot right here, where Lincare currently has their headquarters. Across the street is a little road called Hardy Car Wash. Is here. This used to be Hale's Garage. It's going to be an equipment dealership. And that's Anfield House of Pizza, Dunkin' Donuts. Just wanted you guys to be familiar with it.
I have a question. If they don't change the outside of the building, why do they have to ask us what to do inside of it?
Because of the zoning.
Because of the zoning.
Yeah, Route 4 is a peculiar zoning district in our town. It's very prescriptive. It's what would be called form-based code. So we're real specific about what we wanted there. It's been a little bit of a mixed bag. We're not super excited about it nowadays. I think the planning board is moving towards making it a little less prescriptive there. I mean, we tell you what the slope of the roof is, the placement of the windows in that district, and it was all along the way was always called out to be mixed use, where you could do commercial by right on the ground floor, residential by right on the upper stories. In this case, they're asking to be able to do residential on that ground floor, and it specifically says right in that section of the ordinance, that's only allowed by special exception. And we did have a nice chat with the developers on this, and they're being very
Doesn't the
cooperative.
building predate zoning?
It does, but again, the use, it's been used for how many years by Lincare?
Oh,
Long time.
yeah, I can't remember.
So it was put to a commercial use. So in order that they want it, we've done this before. If you guys remember the Staggs Warren building, we had to grant a special exception there for them to be able to use that for residential use because it was built as a house, but for 30 plus years it was used as an office. And so it's about the use. That's basically what we're talking about.
I think it was
here.
probably around 2017, I'm guessing, as when Lincare rented it.
And the stairs, the upstairs level goes over the cellar stairs?
Yes, you walk in the front porch right there, you'd walk in the front porch, that would be the main entrance for both apartments, and then to the right would be the entrance to the bottom floor apartment. Straight ahead would be the entrance to the upstairs apartment, although they have an actual living room on the bottom floor, because that's where the stairs then go up, so we gave that to them.
So I think the intent of the Route 4 zoning was to encourage commercial development and usage. Did you attempt to get a commercial tenant?
Oh, I did. I did quite a few mailings to chiropractors, dentists, lawyers, all the way down into Concord in that area too, trying to bring them up in through here quite a bit. Because we actually did have it on the market too for quite some time. So not only for renting, but also for sale. And yeah, so then we didn't have any bites and all that, and then housing started to slow down.
Yeah.
Businesses, so.
We have taken a lot of the, on Main Street, we wanted the commercial downstairs. And what has happened is that they weren't getting the commercial people, and we allowed them to have the residents and turn them into apartments. And we've done that where they've asked. ZBA did.
In the past, yeah.
So it's, I don't think it's very unusual.
I don't see any problem with it, I didn't understand, because I didn't understand the zoning regulation.
Let's
That the
just
first
don't-
floor has to be business.
To be honest with you.
It just,
It can be, the ground floor can be residential, but only 600 feet back from Route 4 in this house is.
Right, and
Initially
that's
thought
what
it was
they want to-
grandfathered
Yeah.
in because it was a house.
And don't forget, let me just give you a little primer, this will probably help you guys as newcomers. The special exception is meant to be, we will allow it where it's appropriate. So I'll give you an example, there's a special exception required in the R1 for farm animals. So in an R1, if you got a lot that was created way back when and it's an eighth of an acre or a quarter acre, do you think that's appropriate for cattle to graze on? Probably not, right? So if somebody came in and said, I want my quarter acre, eighth acre to raise a herd of cattle, you guys would probably say, probably not appropriate. But if somebody came in and the R1 had 20 acres, you might say, yeah, that's fine. We've done it with horses, same kind of thing. And in this case, I mean, I think you guys have to look at it, is a residential use in this area appropriate for residential? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
somebody wants to live
It
there.
was a resident.
Yeah, there you
Resident,
go.
it was a home.
So, I mean, again, overly prescriptive zoning, which I think we're going to address in some changes next year.
Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
Future zoning, we're
Right,
using the
right.
law as it stands.
Correct, so you just need to decide, is it appropriate?
Yeah.
And
I guess I'll move that we grant this request.
Well, let's go through the criteria.
What's the special exception? So, yeah, the one criteria is.
That we grant the special
as-
exception of an, for the, I don't have the address in my head.
571?
571 US Route 4.
Do you know how many
Okay.
feet you are, the
Second,
houses
US
from the
report.
road?
I do
That we
not.
grant the special exception for an apartment on the ground floor.
Okay, so as Rob mentioned, in order to approve this, was to take into consideration the appropriateness of the specific location and its probable effect on the district as a whole, its wildlife, soil, streams, ponds, forests, and other recreational and environmental qualities. I'm not sure how much of that is relevant.
I don't think any of it's relevant because that's been there for so long.
Yeah, it was originally a house.
It was originally a house. Which is why I say we grant the special
What did
exception.
you just read? Oh,
It's
But I
section
haven't got a
504.
second yet, so maybe it's not gonna happen.
oh, okay.
I think my only question is with subdividing it into two separate apartments, is the septic still
Yeah, we had,
accommodate that number?
the septic was for a 4-bedroom, it's now a 3-bedroom.
Perfect, okay.
Okay, good environmental.
Do you have anything that says that as a 4-bedroom?
The septic?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know if I have that with
you
me.
probably have it
Does the
somewhere.
sewer
around
go
here.
that far?
Sewer does go that far.
The
But
sewer
it's not-
goes that far because
Right.
it goes to the new public works building, so septic's not a question, is it?
Well, we're not hooked up to the town water and sewer. Right now, it's on its own private septic and well right now, because it was built before they brought the water up to that point. Yeah. But to answer your question, is it Celia?
Yes.
Celia, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I think the tax map, does the tax map say? No. I do not have anything specific in regards to the
It probably
septic
don't.
here with me. I do have my
Is it on
file.
it listed there?
I don't know if it'd be septic, just as 4-bedroom.
Are we allowed to, say that they should hook up to the water and sewer?
I don't think that's any of our business, yeah.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, if we don't have any further questions for the applicant, does the public at large have any comment on this special exception? No? Anybody on Teams?
Just for our minutes taker, she made the motion, who's second?
I second it.
Jessica?
You second, okay, good, thank you.
Thank you.
We haven't
We're
voted
gonna
yet.
vote. All in favor of granting this special exception as motioned, please say aye. Aye. All opposed?
5-0.
Now I can say thank you.
Yes,
Have a good night.
you're welcome.
Yes, we'll get you a copy of that decision. You'll have it for your records.
Must bricks.
Boston Heights.
Whenever it was built, they probably
I see
had to have
five.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's a big place.
It probably makes sense to get on the
Yeah.
sewer before they have to repair the leach field, but.
Chat?
Probably in the chat, yeah.
I think it's fine. Do that.
We're good.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure no one was wanting to comment and miss
Exactly.
them.
Good call. Thank you, everybody. Ready for the third hearing?
Yes, please,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'll warn it.
It's
Here we
not
go.
even 8 o'clock.
Next up is land use case Z25-11-02. Richard S. Jennings and Elizabeth P. Hanlon are seeking variance relief from Enfield zoning ordinance, Article 4, Section 401.3, Paragraph L, to construct a carport within the prescribed 30-foot setback from any edge of the lot line contiguous to the street. Subject parcel is 10 acres in size, located at 333 Choate Road, tax map 16, lot 63B, in the R5 Rural Residential Agricultural District. It is owned by Richard S. Jennings and Elizabeth P. Hanlon. And I think we have,
Hi, I'm Richard S. Jennings.
here we go, and
Hi.
Hi.
Good
And I'm
evening.
Polly Plumley,
representing the applicant.
representing MTD,
Yeah,
working with.
all right, thank you. Table's yours.
Okay, so, as you know, we are considering your case here. Our judgment is not a reflection on you. It's, we apply the town zoning ordinances and criteria. Would you like to present your case at this time?
Yes, we submitted the application for the variance for a carport addition to a permitted garage. And we included that permit number in there. The garage was fairly recently completed. However, after the completion, they unfortunately had to get a new truck that does not fit in the garage. In the interest of helping, they've done a lot of work on the property in terms of maintenance and setting it up for, being able to live there long term. And having a place to park the truck undercover to minimize having to clean off snow and dealing with that sort of winter fun as they're getting older would be very beneficial to keeping them in the home longer. The garage is already there. To the right of the garage there is asphalt already there. So there's no excavation work that has to be done. It would just be a carport built off. They actually, with this in mind, when they were talking about the roofing, when the roofer Iron Horse finally had a spot in the schedule, they opted to hold off. So if this happened to be approved, it would look like it's always there. It would be a seamless roof. It wouldn't look like an addition, to help maintain the aesthetic of the property. We've also looked around in the neighborhood, and there's other, relatively newly constructed carports or garages in progress. So fitting into the overall character, it won't diminish anyone's property values or things of that nature.
Do you happen to have a sketch of the proposed carport?
Yes. So it's just basically like in terms of size. And then we did include some context photos so you can see like what the color of the roof and all that would be.
I think,
Did you get a diagram?
I think we'll pass it around.
How far are you from the, how far is his garage from the road?
it's certainly within the required setback. It's more than the required setback. The existing structure that was just built by MTD, I can't think of an exact number of feet. It's obviously well
About
within.
2 feet beyond where it needs to be.
It's, I'm sorry.
2 feet. So it would be 32
There's a
feet.
stone wall there. I drove by there today because I have to see it in 3 dimensions.
Right. I think certainly the goal of the carport, the goal is it'll look seamless with respect to the existing small garage structure, which we're using, for outdoor equipment right now. And that's what we'll probably continue to use it for, and storage. We try really, really hard to maintain the property really well, and we've done a lot to it, and Matt and Holly could tell you, since we acquired it. And so, I mean, I think the goal is just, we're very fortunate. My wife and we're retired. We've put a lot of effort into the property, and anything that's added would always look appropriate and be a credit to the property. So we would not do anything that would, diminish certainly the value of our property or the surrounding area. And I think all of you probably know, the location is very, very rural. But it would look appropriate. It would look like it was meant to be there. It's screened by a good row of trees from the road. And I think, just Beth and I mean, we try not to leave, we don't like to leave stuff outside. So if you were to see the property, you'll see everything is kind of in its appropriate place. That's just how we like to live. So the goal would be just to have this as an additional place to park my large truck that really kind of functions as my rolling dog kennel. I train retrievers for competition, so it's a hobby. I retired to do it. So that's really kind of the request.
So that's why your truck is larger than your garage, is because it needs to house multiple dogs?
There are, I think maybe to the chagrin of my wife, there's a lot of dogs at this house, but they're very well cared for, and they're.
Looks like you have plenty of space for them.
I didn't know there were any dogs there. I drove past this morning.
Yeah, they're.
Just because you guys are very
Garage
meticulous.
here.
Yeah.
You're putting
I
a
thought
carport
we built a
directly
place for the
adjacent to it.
snow plows to turn around for town of Canaan,
Doesn't really
right?
show up
It's
these
for
things.
Because you're right on the
Can
Canaan
you have
town
it on
line.
that side?
Well,
That's a good question to ask.
built by
It's mentioned in
Bob's
the thing.
brother,
Oh, is it?
There's a
Jeremy.
steep slope there.
So
Oh,
They're
wait.
common in.
when we moved in, the DPW
That this is.
asked if they could somehow create a turnaround on our property, and I mean, why not? I mean, it's just a part of the property we don't, why
It
not?
says municipal trucks only.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
so it's specific for the town of Enfield's plow trucks to be able to pull in and turn around.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
helps from,
This is
greatly
on
from
the
a safety
line, right?
perspective
On
on
the
a
line?
Yeah.
pretty narrow stretch.
The property is right on the Canaan
Right there.
infill.
Yeah.
So here's
It's
Choke
Keith
Road.
Oppenier's old house, I think.
Yeah, it's
That's
right on the
correct.
Canaan town
Yeah,
line.
house. It's right on the
I'm
Canaan line,
familiar
right there.
with that, yeah.
I think that,
Choke continues on up to South Road.
I think Jeremy has an agreement with the town of Canaan, so the turnaround will be used by both towns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but they did a very good job. I was a little, it's quite an edifice, but it came out really well. I mean, they did a very, very good job doing it. It was really, it's just a section of the property. What would we wouldn't use it for anything, so why not do it? I mean,
Appreciate that sacrifice for the town.
And we did explore the options of doing the carport off of the other side. That would have a very substantial environmental impact. There is a pretty sharp slope off to when you're facing that garage off the left-hand side. So the amount of material that would have to be trucked in for the base work to do that would, in the interest of minimizing environmental impact, both on their property and for the neighboring properties, there would be least impact on the right-hand side of that garage.
Did you consider a temporary carport? I'm not sure we even regulate those.
I just don't like the way those things look. I mean, I wanted something that looked nice. Like I said, I mean, my wife and I were very fortunate, and we're retired, and this was kind of our. I'll say my wife's dream home. I love it too. I love it. I love the house too. So just if you see her, tell her I said that.
It's all being recorded.
Great.
You brought Matt with you.
but,
Does
yeah.
he have something to say?
To answer your question, Bill, about whether carport, visually on the road, a temporary carport would not look nice. This structure off the side would look much nicer. As far as from an impact to the neighbors, the structure would have zero impact to any of budding neighbors at all, from whether a neighbor was trying to put in a septic or well or build, zero impact there. So zero impact with the town as far as from a maintenance.
And I did talk to two people who live on Choate Road a little bit further down. And one of them actually has a garage in progress and another has a carport that he had done within the past few years. And, I asked their opinion on it and they said it makes sense to be able to park your vehicle undercover, and they didn't see any issues or how it would have any impact to them.
Sorry, I think you said it. How far back will this carport be from the road?
So let's see.
Be about 20 feet off of the road.
I think it's 19.6.
Yeah.
20 feet
Yeah,
So-
20 feet off of.
from the edge of the building that you would put,
The,
the carport that you put in?
off of the edge of the roof system to the ditch line of the road, I guess you want to refer it as, it would be about 19'6", I think Holly just said.
there's Sealy, there's a stone wall along the road, considerable stone wall, and trees and bushes. You have to stop back by the turnaround for the trucks to really see it. When you drive past the house and the garage, it's pretty well blocked from seeing it.
Right, yeah, that's what I hear.
It's
But if
beautiful.
you but if he builds it, you're gonna be 20 feet from the road.
No trees or anything will have to be cut in order to
Oh,
build it,
that's
zero
okay,
impact
right?
there.
And it's going to be sided and look like just a really nice structure, it'll look like it goes with the existing small garage that probably should have been larger.
You had a garage once in that house.
Yeah.
Where you going to?
I think it's now the living room in the house, right? There was a garage that they refinished.
That
Turn
actually,
it into a
that's
living-
true. The original garage is converted, and it's now my kennel room. Believe it or not, and when I say kennel room, these are the most pampered dogs you'll ever run into. So, but it's a air-conditioned, heated, carpeted kennel room.
Dogs.
Yeah, and it actually has a vestibule. I call it the vestibule, so the dogs can go in and out into a fenced backyard at will. So they can, at all throughout the year. So winter, summer, spring, and some of them, the dogs and I get in that truck though. We go for part of the winter south to train, but year round they can go in and out through the dog vestibule.
You definitely seem
My
well
dog
cared
has
for.
to ask.
Okay. Do we have any more questions for the applicants? Anyone in the public have a comment or concern?
Nope.
Anyone on Teams?
Let's take a look.
Just to do the rounds here.
Need a motion? I move that we grant the variance that was
The
requested
special
by
exception.
Mr. Jennings
No,
and
it's the
Ms.
variance.
Hanlon.
It's what?
This is a variance, it's not a special exception. They're
It's
they're
a special
encroaching with this
exception?
carport
Oh,
on the
okay.
30-foot setback from the road.
No, it's a variance. It says here variance.
That's what they want to change is the setback.
Yeah, because they only will have 20 feet instead of 30 feet.
Oh.
Okay,
Susan,
so I heard a motion.
Second.
Okay, so the motion to approve
The variance.
the variance as written has been put forward. All right, discussion. Let's talk about the criteria, or do you want to say something
Oh,
else first?
well, no, I was just gonna say, as long as they stick to what they're saying. not go any closer to the road.
No, I'm sure
Yeah.
Matt will stick to the plan.
Matt's not gonna. And Matt has spent a lot of time at this house, so he knows the property really well.
Matt has spent a lot of time at my house.
Okay. Is this variance contrary to the public interest?
No,
I don't feel so. I don't think it's gonna change the neighborhood character or
No.
threaten anybody's health or safety.
No, no,
Are we in agreement?
yep.
All right, spirit of the ordinance. I think the spirit of the ordinance was to not crowd the road. I don't feel that this is gonna do that.
I think he has
I mean, there's
good reason
trees.
to use it. I think so.
Yeah, substantial justice, yeah, I mean, it sounds like it would cause hardship or injustice to the applicant if we were to deny this, because then you would have to
Right, he doesn't
get a
have
truck that would be
space.
too small for his dogs.
Especially.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, and the public gain for not granting this seems small. Loss of property values, I can't imagine that happening. Can you imagine that
That
happening?
should go up.
No, that increases property values.
All right, and here's the important one. Enforcement of the ordinance would cause hardship. So special feature of the property, because of the steep slopes on the opposite side of the garage, it is not feasible for him to put it on the opposite side of the garage. So therefore, it needs to be on the street side of the garage.
Yes,
So that's
okay.
the special feature of the property that makes it
That's
reasonable.
right. It's the
And
way the property, the same thing with the house with,
does that sound reasonable? And then
I
the
think so.
proposed use is reasonable. I mean, it's a carport near the driveway. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
We agree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Call the question.
All right. All in favor of granting the variance to the applicant, please say aye.
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 Five?
That's fine.
You got your
variance.
variance.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
This is
That was,
You
thank you,
didn't bring
appreciate
a
it.
dog.
Or even pictures of dogs.
I'll break out my cell phone, but you'll be here a long time.
Keith up near had
That's a lovely house.
dachshunds.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, they're
Thank
doing
you
a
very
very
much.
nice
Taking
job.
You're
really
welcome.
good care of
Have a
it.
good night. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on a Monday, not Tuesday. Okay.
Formality of this, put it in your property.
All right, can we just quickly approve or disapprove the,
I wasn't here.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, there are a couple of small things in here in March. And one of them, I think the things I marked,
I thought about adding a comma somewhere, and I figured you would probably be before.
no. There was a place, wrong set of minutes. No, there's nothing in these minutes that I question at all. There was one, an older set of minutes where she was saying supreme, where she should have said superior, but it's not that one. I don't think there's anything in those minutes, so I move we approve them.
okay, I second.
What do we, not
All in favor?
abstain.
Aye. All right. Minutes approved as written.
5-0.
3.
3-0?
Oh, did you vote, Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, 4-0.
Okay. 1 abstain?
Yes, Celia abstained.
What's,
You abstained from the
yes,
minutes,
I
though,
did.
because you weren't
Yes,
present.
because I wasn't there.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
I have a question about number 3 on this letter. Do we have to do something because it was sent to us? Or
I'm on
can we
it.
tell Rob to give it to the
I'm on it.
proper people?
I'm the proper people.
Yeah, can we,
So you're gonna investigate this complaint?
Yeah, we've already sent the letter. We've not gotten any response from them. I think they're
well,
hoping to.
my question
It'll
was,
blow
do
over.
we,
Yeah.
if it's an anonymous letter, do we have to do something? And I think the answer is yes.
Oh, absolutely. We were on this before the letter came in, absolutely.
You knew about that situation already?
Yeah, it's getting kind of bad.
Okay. Do you think it'll come before us, or do you think it'll be handled before that?
I don't think that they can really, I mean, it's sort of an illegal campground at this point.
I mean, that's probably what the ordinance was intended for.
How long's it been there?
Since
Bar
definitely this
Wells?
summer. Yeah. Well, it's right next door. It's the between the old
Yeah, but it's, yeah, I
junkyard.
think it's their family though, it's
Yes.
living in
Oh,
all this.
between the junkyard that burned down?
No, that's,
No, that's on the other
that's
side.
Chase, that's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
The place
that's
that
a
burned down is on the
legitimate
other side of
junkyard.
Chase's Auto Salvage. This is on the Springfield side of that lot.
On the
you're talking-
Springfield side of
On the-
Chase's?
Yeah.
On the same
right?
side of the road?
Uh-huh.
I drive past it all the time and never noticed.
And now you're gonna be looking a little harder when you go by.
Well, I
Be
was
careful
looking
there,
at
it's
the
still 30
road.
miles an hour, for quite a ways out. I know from personal experience. It feels like you should be going 50 there, but
Yeah.
no, it's 30.
45.
Well,
My
thank you
way to
guys.
New London.
Anything else that you need to talk about? Next meeting, December 11th,
Okay.
if necessary.
If we have business.
Right.
I think we ought to thank the alternates for all showing up
Yes.
when we needed
Yes,
them
thank you so much.
desperately.
Yes, we wouldn't have had, well, we might have to beg to have a meeting if you hadn't showed up. So thank you very much.
All right, are you adjourned?
Yeah, meeting adjourned.
All right, thank you so much. It is 8:11.